In essence, a product management is your job is to identify market opportunities, right? And driving the team towards creating compelling, competitive products which are profitable. Now, each word in this is super important. It's the combination of art and science. A lot of people think, oh, do I need an engineering background? Do I need a technical background? Do I need a programming background? Right? These are all common questions that come to our mind. But fundamentally, it's a combination of specific skills, competencies, but at the same time, it's also an art. A lot of people who do product management, if you ask them, they'll tell you this is a role where you need a brain of an engineer, a heart of a designer, and the tongue of a diplomat. Right? The third one is important, the tongue of a diplomat, which is your ability to navigate through competing agendas, working with cross-functional teams. When I say cross-functional teams, I'm referring to engineering teams, design teams, QA teams, partnership teams, sales teams, marketing teams, customers themselves, leadership teams. There are lots of these functional teams that this person need to work with without having any authority, right? And that's a very interesting part of this particular role. And hence, the role of a product manager is not about problem solving. This is another myth that many people have. It is not a problem solving role. It is a problem management role, which means your job is to identify the problems or the needs in the market, not just one client. If you're identifying the needs or requirements for one client, that is project management, right? Project management is essentially ensuring that whatever you're going to deliver to that client happens in time, in quality, on budget, period. That's it. That is project management. Whereas in products, you are not creating a solution or a product or an offering to the market to one or two or three clients. You're actually creating it to the collection of customers. In product world, we call this as customer segments. And a collection of customer segments is a market, right? And driving the team. This is also another interesting thing because a lot of titles in India, you see this title called product owner. My friend, you don't own anything. If at all, you own what is called as a productizing process, right? You are not really a product owner. Again, titles are nice and fancy and very creative, so don't go by that. Your job is to drive the teams, these cross-functional teams, to develop this compelling, competitive, and profitable products. Now, of course, the profitable question is very interesting. A lot of products that you see today are not profitable, but they are still products. But eventually, for a business especially, the goal is profitability, right? They may not start off with that as a goal, but the eventual goal would be that. So this is essentially product management. Here are the skill sets. Now, there are literally 25 competencies here for effective product managers at all the roles, right? All the way up to chief product officer. But then, if you look at the color shading here, the blue ones are what many companies call as inbound product management, right? This is where a lot of PM roles in India are today. Again, if you look at, there is a light blue, section that's called product planning. This is where a lot of product owners spend their time writing, personas, requirements, user experience design, and roadmaps and prioritization and all of that. Whereas the dark blue shades typically are product managers, right? Now, the red ones, of course, some companies call it as outbound product management, or some companies call it as product marketing, right? So if you come from a product marketing background, it is a nice indirect way to get into product management if that's what interests you, right? It's a fantastic role, and product marketing managers are well suited to get into it because they can bring in that outside perspective, that market perspective easily, much more easily than people who move from engineering background, right? So this is what I call as a competency wheel, right? So there are 25. Don't worry, you don't have to master all of these things right away, but depending on the stage that you are in, depending on the level you are in, some of these things become really, really important.